Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Hidden Dragon. Right now, here's some highlights of the games that we've played so far. And yeah, things have got a little interesting to say the least. So enjoy these highlights and I'll join you guys in a sec. Bradshaw steps up. Bradshaw scores. Wales 1, Austria 0, but that really should have been a red card as well. Klein was already booked and he looked like he get denied a clear goal scoring opportunity. Moldova have equalised against Ireland. This could be useful for us if we were to not... Oh god. What a terrible equaliser to concede. Marko Arnautovic at the back post there. Wales 1, Austria 1. We really were in a good position to win this game. There we go. Wales 1, Austria 1. We really could have won that one. Such a shame. We played really well. McLean. Ball back across, cleared away. Mason knocks it down. That must be offside from Shane Long. How is that not offside? What in the name of Jesus was that? Long looked miles offside there, but there you go. Ireland 1, Wales 0. Ramsey, long ball over the top and cleared away. Allen brings it down now. Can we get an equaliser? Bale into space. Bale turns, Bale shoots, Bale scores. Ireland 1, Wales 1. It will be a massive equaliser away from home, frankly, and away points is kind of what we need to do right now. Williams with the ball into Dummett. Is there a late winner, perhaps even for Wales here? Ramsey into the box here. Ramsey strikes, Ramsey scores. Ireland 0, Wales 2. What a result this would be. An away win in Ireland. That could change this entire qualifying campaign for us. Wow. There we go, guys. Ireland 1, Wales 2. What a turnaround. Different tactic today, and it worked a treat. Darla with a long ball downfield. Bale should be able to win this. He does. Brilliant. Finds Thomas in a bit of space. A long ranger perhaps. Through for Vokes. Vokes can turn. Vokes can't score. Yes, he can on the rebound. Wales 1, Georgia 0. Sam Vokes. There he goes. There goes the goal. And Wales will go above Georgia with this win if they can hang on for the final, 10 minutes of the game. Thomas now on the ball. Vokes. Bit of space for Bale. He's got men out wide. Finds Davies. Plenty of players going into the box for Wales. Ball back across. Vokes at the far post. And it is 2-0 to Wales now. The game is wrapped up. What a couple of wins we've had away at Ireland and now at home to Georgia, pulling us right up that leaderboard. There we go, guys. Wales 2, Georgia 0. The change in tactic this time really did do the trick for us. Brilliant performance. Ramsey, space out wide, goes to the other side for Davies. He's into the box though. Bale across, Bale into the goal. Moldova 0, Wales 1. That's the goal we needed. That's the goal that's going to hopefully at least give us a chance of getting third in this group. Maybe even the win. There we go, guys. Moldova 0, Wales 1. We got the winner in the end, but my god, that one was run close. Right, guys, we're back. So, yeah, firstly, if we could get 350? Well, that's a bit of a push. 300 likes, or even just 250, that would be glorious on this video, because we've actually done decent this month. But before we get into that, we're going to do a quick question of the day, and today's question is this. What motivates you to make videos? Now, obviously, I can't really throw this one out to you. Oh, and I can, actually. If you're a video maker as well, what motivates you to make videos? But for me, it's genuinely comments that I get sometimes about, like, very rare, because I don't pretend to be good at the game, and therefore, if you're learning anything off of me, that's quite surprising. But sometimes people just, I don't know, just occasional nice comments. It's just... Well, I say occasional, it's been really quite nice lately, and it's been brilliant. It just really does motivate you when people are enjoying what you're doing, basically, and I really woke up today with a real kind of energy and really wanted to make videos because of how well things have been received lately. And it is a really, really nice feeling. So thank you so much, guys, for that. So we've got Austria today. Now, the way things are as follows. Now, it's very, very tight. Now, here's some of the other groups as well. People wanted to see some of the other groups that we've got going as well. So we have France, Holland, Bulgaria, Sweden. What am I talking about? We've got... Yeah, so we've got France on top of their group and have qualified already. Portugal are miles clear of Switzerland and have qualified already. Germany, of course, as you would expect, although they have lost a game somewhere along the line, probably away at Norway or Czech Republic, you'd imagine. Serbia is our group. Now, look at how tight our group is. Technically, we could still go through today. It would require some serious... things to happen. So Georgia would need to win in Belgrade and we'd have to win away in Austria, but it can still happen, amazingly, due to the results we've got. Now, the win in Moldova was very, very crucial because I think it's given us a good chance of at least getting that third spot. Obviously, Ireland are playing Moldova today, so we need a point, really, against Austria if we can somehow get it. Now, I've changed the tactic around quite a few times this month because I just wasn't entirely happy with it in the last episode. Things just weren't going as well as I'd liked, although we were still right in there in a few games. The only game that we've really been outclassed in and looked just awful was away in Georgia, which was very, very strange. But we've got the wins that we needed since then. Montenegro, of course, are currently top of their group, but could still lose that to Poland. England have already qualified. Italy and Spain are tight. Look at that. Italy and Spain in the same group. Outrageous stuff. And finally, there's also, Belgium are miles clear of everyone else. Turkey are qualified as well. That's a tough group as well. So there we go, guys. That's sort of what's been going on in the other groups. Now, today... there's so much riding on this one. Now, some of the fact is we've got Gareth Bale and Aaron Ramsey back now. Ramsey, I think... Oh, no, Ramsey might not be able to play this one because he's so bloody knackered. He's okay. He's okay. He's not perfect, but it's okay. Now, one thing I would say is that Thomas is a very good advanced forward. But I just think Bale is in that role. That's Bale's position, basically. Now, I've experimented with the other system a little bit this month, tried it out, and it actually worked really well when we switched to it against Ireland. But against Christ, who was it? Against Georgia, it was appalling, and we actually got the result against Georgia because we switched back to this one. So we may end up doing a bit of switching during this game, but I think since we're away from home against Austria, a team like this, we should probably... should we go for this? The problem with this one is there's too many long shots, and I've yet to figure out a way to get rid of them. It's bizarre. So we're going to go with this one to start with because I feel it is our strongest system. Unfortunately, the tactical familiarity is still appalling, and I just don't know how we're going to get that improving, frankly. One other thing is, these episodes are taking a very long time to record, purely because there's such large gaps in between some of the games. So I think for the next qualifying campaign, even if we don't go through, or if we do, I might have to make it 3 episodes for a campaign, just because it's like 9 months between the last episode. No, not 9 months. It's been 6 months this time, but I've had 6-month gaps before in between matches, and that, even on this computer, which is very fast, can take a very long time to process, and I just don't have the time for that. It's different with club saves because you've only got like a week, sometimes 2 at the very most in between games, but with this it can get a bit much. So I may have to go to 3 episodes per qualifying campaign. Obviously, if we're in a slightly smaller group, actually I'm not sure how much of a difference that would make really, but I'm just giving you guys a heads up on that one because it's going to be very difficult otherwise. We have had a youth intake, and I say we have, the countries have, and there's a few interesting players in there. There's a couple of good solid players again. I've called up, or I've tried to get a few to call up, but again, most of them rejected the call-ups to England, which was a real not to England, to Wales, which was a real problem. Even though they've not been selected for England or anything, they are... Oh, wait, whoa, what am I doing going on attacking? Sorry, that's what I was doing against Moldova. It's a worry for me, basically, that we're in a situation where a lot of these young players that are coming through our English sides might choose to play for England, even though they are Welsh and were born in Wales. So it's problematic, to say the least. And particularly as the Welsh clubs themselves aren't producing a huge amount of talent for us to kind of use. There's a guy at Manchester City, though, that looks really good. And he is Welsh, and I believe he has declared for Wales as well. So he could be good in a few years' time. I can't remember what position he plays, but he looked good. And that's the main thing for us right now, is some good young players to come through, because we've got some gaps in this team that need to be plugged. Obviously, there's some good young players that are real players as well that are going to come into it too. But again, we can't use them just yet anyway, because again, they're not ready. Oh, I thought there was a chance for us there. If we'd have taken the lead in this game, that would have been quite something. Because a win away from home would... If we win this match, we're second. At the very least, we come second. Bale into space. Bale with the strike. Top corner. Austria 0, Wales 1. And my God, we'd be right in this. And you just never know what's going on in the other games. Serbia are still not beating. Then again, we've only played 3 minutes. We've got the lead away from home in Austria. This is what I mean. The form has just returned lately. I still feel that we're going to lose this game, but at least we've got something to hang on to now. And maybe we can start to play off of that. Gunter does well. He's done well, actually. Gunter, some of his first touches are atrocious, and yet sometimes he does still manage to turn it into something good, although he has done a few sort of questionable things. Oh, damn it, straight over the defender's head, and Kane's at the back post there. I've just realised I've not got the highlights on. Sorry about that, guys. That's disappointing. I thought that should have been cleared, really. The defender probably could have done a little bit better. I don't know if it will actually show it, because we've... Oh, it will, actually. Excellent stuff. Apologies if this takes a little bit of a while to work, but... We're showing something here against Austria, and I think 3rd place in this group, when it's a difficult group, despite the no established giant side. There's a lot of teams that are half decent. Apart from Moldova, there's not a lot of the groups have got. Oh dear, terrible. Let it go right over his head, and he just couldn't quite reach it in the end. Keynes puts it in for Austria, and again, the possession is just appalling, and I've yet to figure out a way to get any kind of meaningful possession, and unfortunately, oh god, that's the 2nd time that we've conceded a penalty like that. We considered a penalty like this against Georgia. Thankfully Darlow saved it, but I don't sense him saving one from Alba. Oh, he saved it again. Okay, just to point out, Carl Darlow, I can't stop it. Carl Darlow has now saved 2 penalties in this qualifying campaign for us. I barely saw, maybe at the very most, 10 penalties saved on the entirety of FM15, and I've already seen 2 on FM16, so I think that's improved. There's more likely the penalties to get saved, and that's a good thing, really, because, frankly, it was just getting unrealistic. A penalty basically equaled a goal last year, for the most part, and that's what I mean. When they get their back to goal, they're just useless with the ball. Harnik now coming through. Don't foul him. Cutting back across, and that's not bad play, actually. That was, though. Keynes is in again, and it's now Austria 2, Wales 1. We've been poor today. We have. They deserve the lead. Unfortunately, this would drop us down to 4th with a defeat. We've got to come up with something. But look at this. This is what I mean. It started so well. I thought the chance had gone when it was played over here, but Sabitzer, and Keynes is just getting into all kinds of awkward nooks and crannies today, and it's causing us some problems. We may have to take a little look at the analysis here. What's going well for us in this first half, and what's going appallingly? Interceptions good, tackles 1, mostly positives in that sense. What are they doing that's making us so, apart from the goals obviously, nothing stands out. There's no like particular player that's doing a lot of pass completion, but there is some players that are getting a lot of interceptions, and perhaps that's because we're playing a little bit too expansive and it's getting intercepted too much, and we cannot afford to have that right now. So we'll just have a little look at their heat map. Ours is always like this. I don't know why we always have a red heat map there, even though we're not doing short goal distribution most of the time. It's bizarre. So nothing really stands out to me on that one particularly. What I'm tempted to just see if we could switch this system around and go for the other one for a bit. I just don't know how many changes we'd have to make in order to allow that to happen, basically. That's Davies. If I switch Vokes and Thomas over and put Bale in there, is there anyone else that's already on the pitch that can play in that role? No. And what about Ben Davies? No. Okay, so we may have to make a double sub now. This is a bit of a risk, I know, but I just feel like we need to change something up here. George Williams is going to come on this wing, and Davies will be replaced by Ryan Hedges, who I actually didn't realise we'd called up. Basically what I do is I take my assistant's suggestions first, and then I go through and take a look and then change players in and out. I actually didn't notice this guy. But hey, he's going to get himself what I assume is his first CAF for his country. What am I talking about? That's Ben Davies. Ryan Hedges, I presume, yeah, he's going to get his first cap, the 22-year-old, and he's not bad for that role, so this might just be the perfect situation for us, because at this point, I'm just not sure what else we can do. We're going to have to just try and, yeah, just go for it, switch the system up entirely and try something different, basically, because what we're doing at the moment ain't working, let's face it. It worked well against Austria in the World Cup, and it worked well against them, frankly, in the home game that we played against them so far, but today it has just not been there, and we are only a goal behind, so if this does turn out well for us, Austria can actually win the group as things stand with this win, so they'll be keen to get that. I wouldn't say we've been unlucky, but if it makes the team feel better, then I'm going to go with it, frankly. Let's see. Oh, that was stupid of me. Okay. I'm just trying to think what else we can really do at this point. I'm trying to see what other tactical tweaks we could make. This tactic, there's no point in exploiting the middle because it just isn't happening for us. Perhaps if we probably need to shoot on sight. I know I don't like doing that usually. Maybe just turn the passing down to a bit more mixed, maybe try and retain a bit more possession, though if we pass into space that won't happen, so we'll push up slightly higher as well. I know I'm switching the tactic around a lot, but this one is kind of a work in progress, and frankly it's going to be awkward no matter what I do, so I just want to see if we can make something work. Push up a bit higher, because I don't know, they've not really got in behind us. Apart that one time that Harnik got in behind, but that's the only time I can really think of. Stankovic now. If we can win the ball higher up the pitch, like this, get Bale to his feet, and now we've actually got support. Vokes comes back to Schaub. I actually deployed Bale on the left-hand side against Ireland when I played this system, but as good as he was, and obviously we won the game, we then lacked something in that sort of shadow striker role that I've deployed, and Bale is the ideal player for that role. Oh god, Keynes is in again, and he's probably going to score again. No, well done, well cleared by Chester, but Austria deserve the win. Let's face it, they do. And I'm not really sure what other changes I can make at this point. Well, the problem is we're lacking a lot of centre mids, and I meant that's my bad. That's my mistake for not including as many as I would have liked in the... we didn't have a lot of options. Williams is through, and... oh. Okay, I thought Williams was maybe fouled there. It looked like he just sort of stopped, which was bizarre. We're looking slightly better, but unfortunately it's long shots, and I just do not know how to stop this from taking the long shots. But at least some of these highlights are more towards us since... oh, Jesus. Look what... I've got... I don't understand why they're now suddenly taking long shots. Oh, it's because it's shoot on sight, isn't it, Matt? What are you talking about? Right, let's turn that off. Let's go on attacking for the final few minutes and make one more change here. Who needs to come off? It's gonna be Bradshaw. He's been I know he's not got full fitness, but we don't have a choice here. It's only 1-0. Sorry, 2-1. An equaliser for us will at least get us third place in the group. We may have to overload this. We've not deserved it if we were to get it, unfortunately, and now an injury to Ashley Williams. Nothing we can really do about it other than take him off, unfortunately. Why is Ramsey in halfback? That's better. That was very silly of me to not notice that. Oh, that wasn't right, we'll swap him and Alan over as well. That was idiotic of me. We might actually get something for these last few minutes if we can... it's more likely that they're going to score here. Georgia have actually scored against Serbia, which is interesting. Junozovic. Oh, Kane's good save again from Darlow. We've just not been at the races today, unfortunately, guys. Austria are a good side. I think at home, maybe we could have won that game. We were very close to getting the win on them, but that late goal from Arnautovic just killed us, really. Which was a shame, because I think with that win, that would have really given us a platform to build the campaign. Admittedly, it still gave us a springboard, because we actually won 3 in a row after that. But, I don't know. I think we've done okay as campaigns go. It's just kind of been... Oh, Keynes has been untouchable today for Austria. He's just done everything right, and he scored 3 goals, and fair play to him for that. We're going to come 4th in our group, but not exactly the worst showing as well. That's what I would say. 15 points is not a bad showing from us. I think we're maybe a little unlucky to be 4th in this group. It's just been such a tight group, really. Still only 4 points off the top of the group, so positives there, I think. I think what we need in our Euro group, really, is a group that's got maybe maybe one really decent side in it, and maybe 2 minnows, which would give us a chance to get some extra points on the board, perhaps. Maybe that'll give us a better chance. Obviously, in the Euro, Harnik's through, and it's 4-1 to Austria now. This tactic definitely does not work against these types of systems, and he's offside, thankfully. But I think perhaps we'd have been better off tweaking with the 4-3-3. But unfortunately, at this stage, it's just so difficult to build a tactic, because again, the game has not been out long enough for anyone to have really worked out what? Oh, because it's offside, of course. Anyone to have really worked out in any kind of real detail what kind of works and what doesn't this year, because it doesn't seem to be completely the same as last year, which is going to cause problems initially. I don't know what's going on here. Holzhauer is just going So it is 3-1 to Austria in the end, and even when we lose, we're not losing by huge margins. Even against good sides. Against Georgia, that was just a complete weird result. But there we go. We've come 4th in our group, which isn't the best, I know, position-wise, but in terms of the points tally and how far we were off the top of the group, it's 4 points. 4 points is pretty decent, and it could have been a lot worse. There's been some of those results are good, some of the results are bad. You know, we could have won in Serbia, but then on another day we wouldn't have won in Ireland. But if you look at that, where's 4th place here? 13 points off of that, off the top of the pace, 19 points off. So it's a very unlucky 4th place to have, I'd say. I think it's a bit of a false position in terms of relative to the rest of the group. It could have easily been 2nd on another day, but there you go. It could have easily been 5th on another day as well. So there we have it, guys. It's a shame we didn't go through. It really is. We've got a friendly against Argentina. We also did play a friendly against Hungary, but I chose not to show it because I was just going to be tweaking so much, and I just didn't really think that it was going to add anything, so I might not show friendlies, because after a while I might also just be letting my assistant take them, but for now we will definitely be playing them. As for everything else, we don't actually have a decided next fixture yet, so it's going to be a little while, but it will be qualifiers for the next Euros Championship, basically, so it's going to be a hell of a simulation, because it's practically going to be like a year. So again, just bear with me on that one. Hopefully, you'll see the draw, of course, probably before anything else. So that's going to be good. And hopefully the Nations League will come in soon as well, so you can enjoy that as well. So guys, if you like what you've seen, apologies that we went out, but we did get some decent results, and we're looking decent, and there's some good players coming through as well. Hopefully in the next couple of seasons we can qualify for the next Euros, hopefully. You know, I think we'll be able to get in the top 3, and maybe win a playoff, or maybe even top 2 like we did last time. Please do subscribe to the channel, that'd be glorious, and I will see you guys in the next episode, where we may even be like a year down the line, so potentially some even more cool amazing players to come through. So I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye bye.